Hello, welcome to the second episode of the Nomad Wing Podcast. I'm Angelo. I got here with me Gregor Jensen. He's the bass player in the band ASAVA, and he's also a expert in videography and stuff like that. So, what exactly do you do in the band?
I play bass. I handle some of the more technical stuff, like running our in-ear monitors and
Mm,
just making sure that we're equipped to run these shows.
mm.
And I, yeah, I have fun. I am the dedicated having fun person in the band, so no one else has fun unless I do.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you went. So I went to school with a couple members of your band,
Hmm.
like Zach and an ex-member, Dan.
Hmm.
I haven't talked to him in a while, but so what exactly does Zach do?
Oh, what doesn't he do?
Yeah.
He is more of the managerial type and logistics, so
Oh.
he's the guy emailing venues, getting us booked, booking tours, making sure that our tour route is something that's actually doable. He's written songs. He's um, pretty much anything that there is to do. That dude is on it. He is laser focused, and
Mm.
he has the work ethic of people that I don't even know because I don't even have that kind of work ethic. He's awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. So was he responsible for getting you guys hooked up with like Rock on the Range and Incarceration and stuff like that?
Um, so that company is DWP, Danny Weber Presents. Um, we found them or we fell into them because Zach got us hooked up with this Twitch stream.
Hmm.
And they were showcasing unsigned bands.
Yeah.
And they would kind of have like a little competition where an unsigned band would submit a song that they recently came out with. Hopefully, it had a music video. The bands that had the music videos did better.
Hmm.
We just happened to have exactly that. We had some new songs that we were releasing, and we had music videos to go along with them.
Hmm.
And they heard us, they liked us, and they're like, "Hey, want to play these festivals?" And we're like,
Oh, s-
"Yeah,
oh, sweet. So basically, it was kind of like winning a contest, you know?
yeah."
Okay, cool. So did were you responsible for making the music videos with the camera you showed me earlier, or how
It
did that go about?
it was absolutely a group effort.
Okay,
It couldn't have been done without everyone's help, of course.
absolutely.
But I mean, yeah, I like to hold pride in the fact that I know how cameras work and how to expose them properly and lighting
Mm,
and stuff like that. So I
cool.
wouldn't call myself an expert by any means,
Yeah, yeah.
but
I
I'm,
called you an expert because I'm using a camera I got from Amazon. So yeah. But anyway.
I mean, Amazon's pretty cool sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah. So let's see. You came. Tell me about the EP that Liam put on Bandcamp. Liam's the lead singer of Asava.
So he surprised me with that one a couple weeks ago. It
Yeah.
was pretty much all there already. And then I get a message saying, "Hey, can you track some bass on something?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah, it's probably just a couple ideas that he has, something that we've done in the past." And then I open up the Google Drive file that he sends me, and it's an entire, almost finished demo. And I went through like a few waves of emotion when I first heard it, and I told him about it, and I got a kick out of it,
Mm.
telling him about it. But initially I'm like, "Who is this?" And then I heard Liam's voice, and I'm like, "Oh." And then I got really upset because I'm like, that guy, he joined another band. He's doing this with someone else. There's no way. I've never heard stuff come from him of this level.
Oh wow.
And the more I started listening to it, the more I'm like, oh, recognizing like little quirks that he does in regards to mixing or gain staging or anything like that.
Mm.
And understanding that, no, he just leveled up. He just got good and really took the time to make this the best that he could possibly do. And I am genuinely impressed and proud to call him my friend.
Yeah, I listened to that thing today. Uh, my favorite. What was it called? Uh, I think it was the middle song. Was it?
Save Me?
Save Me. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like Save Me a lot
Yeah,
because
that's a popular one.
it kind of reminded me of you know a fight in the middle of the desert. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like you see an army of like archers getting ready to fire, and there's like a duel between two warriors in the middle of the battle.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yep.
like that's kind of what it reminded me of. You know, like that album specifically, it like kind of took me to places.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it just sounded really good. Like the other stuff that I listened to on Spotify was also extremely good. It reminded me of those remind me more of like really good movie scores that you would see in like AAA movies.
Mm-hmm.
But this was a little different, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard people say it's a little more experimental, and I'd agree completely. But
Hmm.
knowing Liam's musical taste and his like what he gravitates towards whenever he's writing, I
Hmm.
can tell that this is something that's been like building and accumulating within him,
Mm.
and I'm just absolutely stoked to be able to hear it in reality. You know, to be for it to be brought out into reality.
Yeah, for sure, and it probably brought up some like even more emotion out of you because, uh, especially since it might kind of sounded like it popped out of nowhere, you know.
Mhm.
But is this anything you guys are expected to be playing live soon, or you gonna keep it on the download
I
for
mean,
now? On band, well, it's on Bandcamp. It's not on the download, but
actually, I was kind of surprised that we all agreed that it was a good idea to release a demo, something that, you know, we're admitting isn't finished
hmm
or isn't super polished.
hmm
I mean, I absolutely agree with the idea that it should have been released. Um, but as far as what we're going to do with it, be it, you know, play live or tour with it or whatever, I'm not sure. And it's not that we hadn't talked about it, we did, but we agreed that we're going to approach music and the band and essentially anything creative from a different direction with what we have been before.
okay,
So before it was very much do everything and anything, make yourself broke, you know, work yourself to the bone to make this work because this is where the passion is. This is what we love. So to give it our all is to do it justice.
hmm
And inevitably that led to burnout with just about everyone.
yeah,
And it sucks, but that's just, you know, it's just swinging the bat. You know, you're not always going to hit the ball.
yeah. I tried different things and stuff. Like it did work, but like sustaining that for an extended period of time is probably a
Oh
little
yeah.
impossible.
Yeah, we all have day jobs and stuff. So
Yeah.
now our direction now, we're going to take it a little easier. We're going to be more relaxed about it. We're going to our idea with this demo is to release it and to see what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe the right person will hear it. Maybe they'll say, "Hey, you know, we have a contract for you if you want to write more," or
hmm
you know, we want to invest and be an investor or whatever. And that would be cool. But we're not expecting anything. We're doing this. We're making sure that everything that we do creatively now comes from a place of passion as opposed to a place of need.
Yeah, like a plate, like doing it because you want to will make it sound a lot better and is a lot more valuable than doing it for money.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
for sure.
And it's a lot more authentic too. We're not trying to write music that other people want to hear. We're writing music that we want to
Yeah, exactly. That's the approach that I took with my movie.
hear.
That's why I ended up writing it so long. But
Hmm.
and yeah, that's the kind of same mindset that I have too. Because I've gotten to if I want to write a feature, I have to write something else because I do not want to change this. So what I want to
Hmm.
do is I'm going to split it into 3 episodes
Hmm.
that are 40 minutes each instead of cutting almost 30 pages. You know, and then if I want to make a feature, I'm going to write something else.
Hmm.
So I kind of that's kind of how I relate uh, to that sentiment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I completely agree with that direction that you're going. because I
Like,
mean it's not like you're trying to impress all these investors. You're not trying to impress anyone but yourself. You're
hmm
doing this for you, and that's the right move.
yeah, like I got to figure out how I'm gonna make it because I also have to have a day job. But
Hmm.
we'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
But let's let's go into the live music experience. So you've played smaller venues such as Musica, right?
Hmm.
And maybe there's another one called Afterlife, our live performance recording studio and bar. But I'm not. That's fairly new. I'm not sure if you've been there yet. But you've been to Musica, and you also been to huge things like Incarceration and Rock on the Range, right?
Hmm.
So do you prefer the smaller, more intimate crowds of Musica, or do you prefer facing the giant crowds of Incarceration? Like, how does it feel compared to the other?
In regards to preference,
Yeah,
I mean they're so different
yeah,
that I no, they're different beasts to tackle.
mm.
Um, I mean, I'm definitely a lot less nervous with the smaller crowds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I haven't gotten nervous for a small show in a really long time, actually.
You've
It's
been doing
been,
this for a minute.
yeah.
Yeah.
Big shows though. Ooh, I am shaking.
Oh, yeah.
I am, my mind's running a million miles a minute, trying
Mm.
to figure out if I covered all my bases, if our in-ear setup is working. If something's not, then it's like, oh, try not to panic right now, but we need to figure out what's going
Hmm.
on. Yeah, so with the smaller shows, it's a lot more, we are forced to be more self-sufficient
Mm.
in the sense that we're only working with one sound engineer usually, and I have our setup tweaked to the point where we're only handing him 12 XLRs or just a snake that's all labeled and that's all of our inputs, and all he has to do is to plug it into his board and adjust the level.
Mm.
And it took us a while to get to that point, but after a bit of trial and error and seeing what we needed to improve our live shows, I think that was the best route to go.
Okay.
Um,
Because it makes it just quick and easy if you have everything prepared before.
oh, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It just makes everything streamlined, and the happier that you can make your sound engineer, the better the show will go. That is, oh, I wish I would have learned that years ago.
Yeah.
To all you sound engineer people out there, I will not make you upset if it's within my
Mhm.
power.
Yeah, I bet if you make one upset, you'll have a bad time. About
Yeah, well,
because actually seen it happen. Well, where the dude turned down the guy's vocals, and
mhm.
he just looked and the guy looked dumb because he was screaming, and he just looked like he was going.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yep,
yeah, because
yeah.
they were being addicted to sound engineer.
With
But
the bigger shows like Incarceration and Aftershock, those are weird because there's a lot of stress, but also I've gotten mixed results when it comes to how much help I get from uh like some of the people working there.
mhm,
Some of them are great. Like the festival in Kentucky, Louder Than Life. Both times we played that, it was phenomenal. We got tons of help from the stage manager, tons of help from the guys running the monitors, general stagehands were great. But Incarceration was a little different.
mm,
All the things that we got help from the stage manager and techs were like looking around like, oh, they didn't even put a mic up to our cab. What? Okay, I guess we got to do just about all of it now.
uh,
And it was, I mean, yeah, there was a very, very, very quick turnaround because it was on one of the smaller stages at Incarceration, and they don't have, I think it was like 15 minutes total for one band to get off the stage and pull all their stuff off, and the other band to load all of their stuff up, get everything routed properly, and be ready to play.
so it's
So
it's kind of hectic because it's more like go go go.
very, very hectic. The
Yeah.
quicker you can get set up, the better you know your equipment
Mm,
to get it up and running, the easier time you're gonna have, the less stressful of a time you're gonna have.
mm.
And there was always something going wrong over the over the years that I've been playing music with any group that I've been in, there's always something big or small that when we're setting up, it just goes wrong. That it's gonna happen.
Mm,
And I just kind of took it upon myself. I'm like, you know what? I know how to fix some of this stuff. Why don't I just make that my role in the band to make these live shows go smooth?
cool. So that's kind of what I like about you guys. Because 1 second,
Hmm.
I'm professional. Okay, so that's kind of what I like about you guys from what I told you, by what I heard so far, because it sounds like it's not just singer, bass player. Like you got Zach doing networking and writing songs, and you got you
Hmm.
working cameras. It's kind of like you're all are working together to do like basically everything to make it easier on everybody. It's like it's a it's a collaborative effort rather than just a set role.
Oh, for
So
sure.
that's uh that's kind of what I learned from you today because I always thought like one person did this so it's a
Hmm.
little different than what I thought. So that's very interesting for sure.
Yeah, I mean it's almost like a small business to the
Yeah.
point where like we all have to wear different hats and we all have to help out in ways that are beyond our frontward facing role of being a musician.
Hmm.
And sometimes it's tough. Sometimes we have to like really buckle down and learn a new skill, but
Yeah,
it's all for the collaborative good.
that's good. Yeah, maybe because what I want to do is I want to learn a new skill. I want to get like after I get more equipment, what I want to do is I want to get one of those. It's like a mini generator that's about this big
Hmm.
and it has plugins in it, and then I'll be able to take because I can fit everything on my equipment in that tote over there,
Okay.
and I'll be able to take my stuff and do podcasts mobile like everywhere.
Oh yeah, that would be
Yeah,
great. Yeah.
and I could like maybe one day I could like follow you guys around and do a little goofy thing,
Hmm.
but that'd have to be up to you guys. But that I think that'd be sick.
Yeah,
But
that
yeah,
would be cool.
yeah for sure.
Yeah, one of the podcasters that I used to listen to regularly, he would do mobile. Well, I don't
Mm,
know if it was mobile, but I knew he changed locations quite often because he was moving around the country. And
yeah.
one time he set up in a what was it? It's an auditorium for dead people, not a crematorium, but
Mm.
yeah. And it was like you got all the natural
Oh,
reverb and anything, and it sounded great.
oh, that's sweet. Did he do it? So, wait, he did it in the crematorium. So he kind of did it like in a. Was it kind of like a morgue?
No, it's the wrong word for
So
it. I couldn't
sorry.
I couldn't think of the word. It was more like a burial house. It's
Okay.
it's a I can't think of the word. It's
What is
there.
it? Is it crypt?
That's probably the closest.
Crypt or mausoleum?
Mausoleum.
There we
That's what
go.
it was. Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, and he would do like intro skits and he'd do something funny of like, oh yeah, the spirits are coming and talking with us. I
Mm.
got a spirit on the podcast today. Welcome Abraham Lincoln or something like
You could
that.
do that with the green screen.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. You can do anything with the green screen. Just have you dress up as Abraham Lincoln, get the hat,
Hmm.
and then you could take off your hat, and then you can have like a third eye on your forehead and freak people out. Yeah,
For those of you who didn't know, Abraham Lincoln was actually a psychic. He could
yeah,
see
for
the
sure.
future with that third eye.
Actually, that was I just set a plot to an episode of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Pretty sure it's an old cartoon. Well, it's
Oh, I mean,
it's old now.
yeah, I mean, I remember watching it.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of my favorites, but I still watched it.
Hmm.
Was that a thing?
I think so. Wait, it was what I just said with the third eye. That was
Uh-huh.
in a cartoon. I forget which cartoon it was, but it was in a cartoon. Probably that one.
Could be. Maybe Steven's Universe. I know one of them has a third eye in Steven's Universe. I've never watched
But they
that one
all.
though.
I think like I didn't watch it either, but I think these two ladies combine into one big green lady and with like
Uh,
four arms, and I
that
think she had a third eye.
yeah, that sounds like Steven's Universe.
Yeah, sounds like they can fusion dance like in Dragon Ball
Oh,
Z, and
yep.
they get like superpowers or something.
Hmm.
But anyway, Yeah, thanks for tuning in to the Nomad Wing Podcast. I'm Joe Angelo, and this is Gregor Jensen. Anything you would like to plug before we head out?
Um, Go listen to that demo, that ASAVA demo, if you haven't already. Liam, you're awesome. Zach, when I said
Hi, Zach.
songwriting, I was meaning Tick. So if you also like the demo, check out our other stuff on Spotify. Tick is a really, really good song if you like some heavier music.
What's the demo called, by the way?
Um, Mantras and Mahjong.
Yeah, check out Mantras and Mahjons on Bandcamp by ASAVA. Uh, it's free to listen to. You can download the app, so it won't stop playing when it closes out. And thanks for tuning in. Have a good day. All right. Cool. It stopped recording on its own. It hit the 30-minute mark, so it stopped recording.
Oh, right.
But